Are you living in Jamaica and looking to apply for your Canadian visa? Are you wondering if you could potentially complete the application on your own? Now we're going to dive into the supporting documents that you should have when you're applying for the Canadian visa. Step 1, bank statement. Lump sum deposits to your accounts are no. Here's why I say that. When you take 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 or you put in your account at once, that's a red flag. And the reason why it's a red flag, we now need to prove where is that money coming from. Remember, when you apply for the Canadian visa, you're explaining to them who you are on paper. When they read the documents, the supporting documents, the application, they need to be able to know your story by reading or reviewing your application. They're not going to be able to really ask you the questions. Where did this $50,000 come from in your account all at once? It's not necessarily showing as though it's coming from your investments or it's coming from your pay or anything like that. So it's a red flag, and you want to avoid red flags as much as possible. My biggest advice to you, don't just say, oh, I have 100,000, but I want to look better, so I'm going to go get another 300,000 and just put in there. No. Make the deposits show proof of where they're coming from, not just big lump sum. Lump sums will be a red flag. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I'd say at least 150,000 Jamaican dollars. Of course, it's not a guarantee that if you have $150,000, they're going to give you the visa. But let's break it down. If you're paying for your trip, and we think about a round ticket is going to run you maybe $500-600. After you spend that amount of money, you need to have a little bit more if you're saying that you're probably going to do a little shopping, etc., etc. In the invitation letter, a lot of people place that they're coming for 2 weeks or a week. You need to show that the money that's in your account can support you for that period of time, including your travel tickets. You need to also provide your passport. So the bio page of your passport, that's where your photo is, your date of birth, etc., etc. One recommendation that I will provide is when you are submitting your application, if your passport is gonna expire in less than a year, renew your passport. As you know, it's a single entry or multiple entry. It's the same fee because it's based on reviewing the application, and that official that reviews the application, they may believe, okay, this person would be better suited for a single entry, this person would be better suited for a multiple entry. You want to give yourself the best chance possible, the best opportunity possible. If your passport expires in like 8 years and they choose to provide you with a multiple entry, there's a possibility that you could get an 8-year visa or 8 years visa. However, if your passport is gonna expire in 1 year, you just limited yourself, because even if they're looking to provide you with a multiple entry, they're not gonna give it to you beyond the expiry date on the passport. So that would just be a 1-year visa. Of course, you'll need to get your passport size photos, and the guide on the specifications would be a part of the application. You'll see a sheet and it will tell you, you can bring that sheet to the photographer and they'll know what type of photo to print for you. The next information that you will need or supporting document is a job letter. Your job letter will include details such as when you need to return to work, how long you've been working for the organization. This again it fluffs the story that you're presenting to the immigration officer. After your vacation is over, you have your job that you have to go back to. So that's one of the main purpose of the job letter. Yes, it shows that you have steady income coming in, but it also proves that after your 2 weeks or your 1 week of vacation, you have something that requires your immediate attention back in Jamaica. When you ask for the job letter should be addressed to the Canadian Embassy, not to you. So you can go online, type in Canadian Embassy, the address, you'll see it on Google. Just provide that information to your employer so that they can address the letter directly to the embassy. If you're self-employed, you can obtain a letter from a JP or a Justice of the Peace indicating that, as well as you can provide your business registration certification to show that you own a business as well. Business accounts are usually good also for you to add, again, add it to the story. I am self-employed, I am a business owner, as well as having your business bank accounts showing your income from your business. If you're in school, you need a status letter from your school indicating, similar to a job letter, indicating that maybe the program that you're doing in school, when you're required to be back at school, etc. If you're not employed, my biggest recommendation is that you wait until you are employed to apply for the visa, for more reasons than one. One, you need to show proof of caring for yourself, being able to support yourself, and without a job, there's no way of really proving that unless you're self-employed. In addition to that, it also shows ties to your home country. Having a job shows that there's something that will require your attention or immediate attention once your vacation is over. And for your children, they would need a status letter as well, that they're in school, birth certification. If it's only one parent that's applying with them, the other parent need to provide a consent letter, as well as a photocopy of identification indicating that yes, this is the person, same person on the birth certificate, that's the child's other parent. Again, adding to the story. Remember, the immigration official are reviewing the documentation that you submitted with your application. They need to review and find all the information they need. There shouldn't be any unanswered questions. Now, if for any reason the other parent is just not in the child's life, maybe due to the other parent being deceased, then you will need to provide a death certificate. If it's that the court awarded you sole custody or full custody of the child, then you will need to provide court documentation to prove that as well. Now, after you gather all these supporting documents and you submit your application, you can submit the application through one of the visa application centers. You can check online to see which one is closest to you. I believe they have their own fees, so my best advice is for you to contact them, advise them the service you're looking for, and ask them about the fees. Once you submit the application through them, in a couple of days you will receive an email regarding the biometrics. You will then book the appointment for the biometrics, and you can rest assured at that point that your application is fully completed, fully submitted successfully, and now it's just a matter of time for you to receive the decision from the embassy. Now, as it relates to the time frame that the embassy generally reach out to you, it varies. I usually tell people about a month, but I've seen where people have gotten responses in less than a month and more than a month, so it varies. The good thing is you would have already submitted your application, and all you're doing now is waiting to see what the decision is. If you have any other question regarding visa application, the processing, the fees, anything that we've discussed in this video, or anything that we didn't touch on in this video, feel free to send me a message on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, or you can write it in the comments and we'll be sure to answer your questions. Thank you again for watching our video. Remember, this is Jam Can Journeys. I'm Dee, and I'll see you in the next video.